Good morning. Welcome to Going On Daily Live Morning Show, best morning show out there. I'm your host, Becky, and I'm joined by Shark, the Shark.
That's it. What's going on, Becky?
Not much. It is bright and early. It is sunny out. It is officially summer break for my children, so it's gonna be a good day.
It is, and we're going to talk later about the big celebration yesterday. So
yes, a big celebration. Woo, woo, woo.
Woo-hoo.
So we have a fantastic show lined up today. We have Mike joining us shortly, and we're going to talk about your trip to New York City. Pretty exciting. I'm excited. Are you tired?
I am beat. Seriously. You know when you say jet lag, it's only from New York to Pittsburgh, but
it's not like an hour flight.
48 hours in the airport. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. You know, New York is like Vegas. I don't think it's a relaxing trip.
No, it isn't. You need a vacation after you leave New York. Seriously.
Yeah. I've never been, but I
and the gym too, because the food is so good. I mean, you don't worry about calories when you're in New York.
I don't worry about calories anywhere. This is the problem, right? This is the problem. Well, I'm excited for our show today. I have got a whole bunch of stuff about Canada. I assume that most of our listeners are American. So either it's really boring for you listening or you're going to learn a whole ton today.
Can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait. Make sure to follow us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting, at Facebook at RI Broadcasting, and Patreon. Definitely go to Patreon, RI Broadcasting. We're going to have shirts. We've got stickers. What are we working on? Mugs? And a couple of things in the works.
Suntan lotion, whatever it is.
Suntan lotion. Going on daily suntan lotion. Only needed for maybe 2 months of the year for my Canadian friends.
Unless you're Mike, you know, he has it all year round.
I know, right?
We won't rub that in.
Lucky guy. All right, awesome. Well, I am definitely excited to hear about what Mike has to say. He is going to talk about the Ozarks today. Now, this is the most Canadian thing I'm going to say, and I'm embarrassed because I pride myself on my geography. Where is the Ozarks? Because I thought it was in Florida, but then when I watched the show, I Googled it, and it wasn't. Now I don't remember.
Lake of the Ozarks is in Missouri.
Oh, in Missouri. Okay,
so I'm technically closer to you now, Becky, than I normally am.
That's
geographically speaking.
Right. And Missouri is beside Kansas, correct?
Correct. Yes.
They share a border. Kansas. Right. See, I know some things. My brother used to go to school in Kansas, so I've learned a thing or two.
So, Mike, tell me why you got the long sleeve shirt on. Give us the breakdown.
Right? For this Florida boy, man, it's a little cold this morning. It's in the 70s, probably.
That's
Becky, 70s cold for Mike. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's a little breeze off the lake. It's cold.
I would be in like a summer dress, shorts. My dad is in shorts all year long when it's like 32 and lower, but like 70s, man, that's amazing.
Yeah, I do have shorts on, but yeah, I do have the long sleeve shirt though.
It does look a little windy. I can see the window.
It is a little breezy.
Hey, Mike, don't lie to me. You don't have shorts on. You have boxers on yet because you haven't had your coffee, right?
Well, yeah, I have not had. Yeah, there's an hour difference, so it's only 8 o'clock here, and I misread my watch and actually got up at 5:30, thinking it was 6:30. So.
Oh no.
No, I have not. I have had a diet soda, but I have not attacked the coffee maker yet. No. But I've got the top 10. What?
I'm sorry, real quick. I gotta throw this out there. So, real quick about the Ozarks. What kind of fish do they have? I don't know if you have it on the list or not, but what do you fish down there for that? Anything?
You can fish here. I hear there's a lot of bass in this lake here.
Oh.
But I mean, the lake's huge. There's probably fish everywhere. It goes 5 miles that way down to the dam. They told me last night. We're heading that way today, I guess.
Cool.
For some shopping and for lunch and to see the dam.
Is this your first time there? Uh-oh.
It's her sister and her sister.
Okay, cool.
So if we lose here, this is my first trip.
Yeah.
If we lose reception, Mike, I think we can hear you a little bit.
Lose me?
A little bit. Just put your hand in the air for like a signal, you know? Like Gilligan's Island.
Somebody come up.
There you go. Put a little foil on there, a potato, you know, we'll get better signal.
Hey. Well, let me see if I can run through these top 10 before I lose the signal completely. These are the top 10 reasons to visit the Lake of the Ozarks. Number 1, the stunning scenery. Number 2, water activities. There's boating, fishing, swimming. everything you could think of, they've got. Apparently, there's good golf here, which I have not seen a golf course anywhere, but home to some of the best golf courses in the Midwest. There's a lot. Number 4, hiking and nature trails. Explore miles of scenic trails in Lake of the Ozarks. Dining and nightlife. Family friends. There's local attractions. The amphitheater, Bridal Cave, and Minor Mike's Adventure Town. Ooh, that sounds exciting. A lot of shopping and discover unique boutiques. Here you go, Rick. Fishing. The lake is known for its excellent fishing opportunities with plenty of sports to catch bass, catfish, and more. Spots, not sports, sorry. They have festivals and events all year long. And the number 10, the best reason to come here is for the relaxation.
Ooh.
Everything nice and quiet except for the occasional sound of a boat going across the lake.
Sounds okay.
Sounds nice.
All right, guys. It's such
Thanks for hopping on. Enjoy your vacation.
Thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, Mike. Hey, before you go, are you going to jump in the lake? Come on, man. Let's go for it. How much money do you need?
Down there jumping in the lake. No, this is not a swimming area because you can't get out down there because it's got rock cliffs on it.
Got it, brother. Well, hey, enjoy your time with your family down there, man, and send some pictures of the food and good stuff.
You will do. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right, brother.
Bye.
It looked really beautiful there.
It did. Very quiet. You know, that's Becky, where you can get there and have a fire pit in the morning, you know, your coffee, you know, relax, see a couple birds, you know,
that sounds nice.
Probably write a book. It's one where you can probably go down there for like a month or two and just bash out a book or something fun.
I'm wondering though, for me, when I go on vacation, it's somewhere different than where I live, right? Like I don't go see mountains. I go to be near some water. So I'm thinking like he's going from the ocean to a lake. It's almost like downsizing to me.
Well, you figure he's at the ocean. You know how that is. Nonstop. You know, when you go there, there's people. You never have a quiet moment in the ocean unless it's nighttime or morning, like 5 a.m.
Wind and noise and tourism. Yeah. Okay.
Look, the older I get, I don't know about you, but like I always said, I want to live on a lake. I think that's more like chill. You know, you have your boat, you can go out. Ocean, it's just like, you know, what the hell's going to happen? Plus hurricanes, flood insurance. Before you know it, you got so much money tied up.
Do you see Ron's comment here? It's different. No sharks in the water.
Oh, I'm coming down, Ron. Look out. Get ready for me.
My kid, I picked her up yesterday. She was on a track meet about 12-hour drive away. So she took a bus home with her team and she gets in the car last night. She was excited to tell me about this movie she watched on Netflix. And it was about sharks under Paris. I think that's just called Under France or Under Paris or something like that. And she's explaining this to me. And I'm like, try to validate her. But I'm like, babe, that sounds terrible. That's a terrible sounding movie.
Well, just let you know, I'm sure you're going to watch it in Canada too. Shark Week kicks in on
I heard my mom was talking about
Discovery, yes. And then I don't know if you heard this, but there's a movie out, and this is true, like in Miami. It's called Cocaine Sharks. All the drug dealers dropped a lot of cocaine off in the last 5 years, and the sharks have taken it in.
So it's like Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, same thing. And I can't make this up. If you Google it, it's true facts. They're acting weird and crazy now. So like now we got like cocaine sharks. What
they weren't scary enough.
I know. Now they're high as a kite. So it's like, look out.
And wait till they come down and they're like suicidal and like angry and fixing. Great. Great idea, everyone. Oh. I think every episode should be a shark, like have a shark segment or something. We love sharks.
On the 4th of July, real quick, what we celebrate is actually everybody watches Jaws on the 4th of July. It's big across America because it was based on 4th of July weekend when they attacked. So everybody in the United States, like if you're a Jaws lover, you'll be watching that at nighttime.
Amazing. My mom used to love Jaws. Well, terrified of Jaws, but you know, they came out when she was a kid and they had a pool and she wouldn't even go in her pool. That's how scared she was of Jaws. So she loves the movie now. And it's like a joke, you know, how you don't go in the pool if you watch Jaws.
Okay.
But Ron's saying that 6 of our episodes have talked about sharks. Okay, good to know. Maybe my next one, I'll have a formal segment about sharks.
Heck yeah, let's do it. Next week is Shark Week, so let's do it. Every week.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, well, let's get to our topics today. So, as
Yes.
you can tell by the hat, and you can't, I don't know if you can see the shirt, but it's also a Canadian flag. These are the only things, actually, this is my husband's. This is the only thing I own with a Canadian flag on it. But we are doing a show on all things Canada because yesterday was our Canada Day, which is your 4th of July. So I do think that Canada Day gets overshadowed a little bit by 4th of July. It's not the same hype that it is down there because you guys get a few days off. Is that correct? Or is it only one day?
Every holiday down here, Becky's a hype. It could be Cinco de Mayo, St. Patty's Day. Every holiday is picnics and drinking. Seriously, that's just how Americans roll. We hype it up. But no, we're actually it's the 4th of July, but it's on a Thursday, so nobody pretty much works on Friday. Some people take the whole week off because this is like a big travel week. Everybody takes off for their family and go camping or to the beach.
Well, I know I've looked to travel, like I've got family down in South Carolina, and I've looked a few times, over the years to go down and visit. And I'm like, oh, Canada Day is very expensive to travel, July 1st. So I'm like, oh, I'll go a couple days later. No, it's even worse. So if you're going to travel in July, you got to travel in the second week of July, I guess.
You got it. I got to tell you real quick. I love your anthem. Like when they played the Olympics, the "O Canada" one.
Do you?
It's kind of like it gets and it gets up like high at the end, and they start like singing and like real loud. "Oh Canada!" It's pretty awesome.
Love it when, like during the playoffs, for example, the hockey playoffs, everyone sings it. Like when we were out at bars, everyone there was singing it. Everyone in the stands is singing it. Even players from the other team, because most of them are Canadian. I think that's very cool. One not cool thing about our national anthem, though, and maybe it's just me, but they changed the lyrics not long ago, a few years ago.
What?
Because they thought it was offensive. Canada loves to, what's the word, pander.
Well, just to let you know, the United States is the same way. We're probably going to change stuff. We're changing stuff on a dollar bill and everything. It's just the way we're in our culture now. Everything's being changed.
Yes.
Well, by the way, what did they change, Beck?
So it was "In All Our Sons Command" was the lyric, and then they changed it to "All of Us Command," which doesn't even sound well. And you hear it sung, and you could see the crowd. People are singing it the original way, but then the person singing it says "All of Us Command."
So "sons" is eliminated.
I guess "sons" is offensive. I don't know.
Oh my.
Anyways, I could go on forever on that. So we are talking Canada Day. So yesterday, Canada turned 157 years old, which really, when you think of countries around the world, that's pretty new. It's a pretty young country, right? They've got buildings hundreds of years older in Europe than they do of all of Canada, right? Obviously, Canada existed. It's had people for many, many, many years, but it wasn't actually colonized and created as a country until 1867, July 1st.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was on July 1st, 1867, like I said, it was the British North American Act, which is known today as the Constitution Act of 1867, which basically is when they created Canada. June 20th, 1868, the Governor General signs a proclamation that requests all Her Majesty's subjects, because remember, we're a British colony or whatever, British owned, whatever we are, all the subjects across Canada to celebrate July 1st. So it's funny that it's like an official thing. Like, you must celebrate Canada Day. That's what it was.
Oh.
1879, a federal law makes July 1st a stat holiday, as it called the anniversary of the Confederation. October 27th, 1982. So now we've jumped 120 years later. Dominion Day, which was what it was called for the last 100 years, is now changed to Canada Day. And in 1981, that's when they started doing fireworks. And they only lit up in 15 major cities across Canada. And now they do it all the time.
81.
81, I know. What were they doing before that? I got to ask somebody who was alive before then in Canada. They must have been doing it.
They had to be doing something else. What are they shooting in the air?
Nothing. We're not all guns and fireworks like the States is,
The States. Something else to ask you real quick, and I'm going to do this on the streets, is like Thanksgiving. If I ask people in America, they think Thanksgiving's in Canada too. They have no clue.
We do have Thanksgiving.
But not the same as us.
No.
No.
It's the same idea. You'd be thankful and eat turkey. But ours isn't in October. It's usually the first week of October.
And ours is because of the pilgrims, they say, all that stuff.
But did pilgrims not come to Canada? They must not have.
I don't know. I guess they didn't come to Mexico either. I don't know. But you ask people and they're like, oh, I thought Thanksgiving's across the whole world. I'm thinking, man, you must have missed out on that in
No,
school.
definitely not. Well,
No, not at all.
That's an American idea right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'd have to look into what ours are. I just assumed it was the same concept, but we just celebrated it earlier in the year. I don't know, but it's definitely not hype like it is November, your Black Friday and things like that. We only just started kind of doing Black Friday too up here.
And let me guess, Amazon pushed you to do it, right?
I'm sure of it. Like, I don't remember it at all when I was a kid. I knew what it was. I heard about it, but it wasn't a thing really. And then the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years, you start seeing Black Friday sales and things like that. And a lot of people do their Christmas shopping on those days, which makes sense.
So are you guys big with the malls still? Because the malls in the States are like fading away and all that. We're going online shopping.
In Edmonton, where I live, we have the biggest mall in Canada. It was once the biggest mall in the world. What is it? Mall of America? Is it Minnesota?
Yes.
They have. We used to go back and forth with them for the biggest, as they would have new things come up. But yeah, we have the biggest mall in Canada here. It's only about 15 minutes east of where I live. So yeah, it's always booming for sure. I mean, yeah, everyone does do online shopping, of course, but there's something about going to the biggest mall in Canada that's, I guess, pretty exciting to people.
Not here in the States. We stay in our house all day and we just order, and then Amazon packages come to your doorsteps. Trust me, I've dealt with this in the past.
The American dream.
Yeah, it's like
not socialize and have more stuff.
Too funny. So I got to ask you real quick, Beck. So you've grown up in Canada, like the two languages, like naturally American, but also French. So are you
American? Did you just say?
Well,
you mean English?
English, yeah, whatever. English. But all joking aside, so at the end of the day, so are you taught two languages like in school? Is that how it goes?
Yes and no. So from fourth grade is how you guys say it. Fourth grade, fifth, sixth, you for sure take it. So my kids, actually my kids went to a French immersion school, so they learned it from kindergarten on. But for anyone who didn't go to French immersion, just went to regular public school, grade 4, 5, and 6. And then I was grade 7 and I had to take it. And then you no longer have to take it. So my daughter is going into 9th grade. She no longer has to take it. My daughter who's going into 7th grade, she just had to take it. So I don't know French for sure. Where I live, it is not a big thing to be a French speaker. I don't know a lot of people who speak French.
Well, just let you know, in the United States, they don't teach us anything. We barely can speak English, as you can tell. So it's like, it's like you think they would
American. They only teach you American.
Yeah, I'm American. we have slang for everything. Trust me. There's so many different languages.
You for sure in Pittsburgh, right?
Yinzer. Yep, it's called Yinzer talk. So
Yinzer. What is that like? Amish?
Just it's kind of funny if you go across the whole country and you say stuff like we do, like downtown, up there, like your family's up there, like means upstairs. They know where you're from automatically. Yeah, it's like we have this southwestern Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, right in Pittsburgh. Yeah, we have this
interesting
weird ass talk that you can't get rid of. I go to New York and like, oh, you must be from the Midwest, Pittsburgh. I'm like, how the hell do you know? Just the way you bring your O's and vowels. I'm like, whatever.
I mean, I don't hear it, but then again, I don't know much about American people.
Well, so maybe it's good you just you stay in your own country. Maybe that's better that way, right?
We're like America's little brother. Like we just want so badly to be like you, but also
no, you don't. No, I like your own identity. I think it's cool,
It is, yeah. There are a lot of things that I think are shared between the States and here, but then there's so many things that are different, right? Like gun control, for example, or trying to think what's different. I don't know, just like the culture in general. Every time I go down to the States, it's usually to the South. I mean, South is culture shock anyway compared to most of.
Oh yeah, it's laid back and yeah.
Yeah, but it's huge culture shock between Canada and the States. Maybe if you went to like Montana, it'd be very similar to where I am. But
I'd say the one word that gets me being in the workforce is labor. How you spell labor?
Oh, labor, favorite color.
OU, and I'm like, what's the OU in there for? What's the U? I mean,
I know. What's the point? I know. Or how we say Z, not Z.
Oh,
I say Z sometimes, but I also say Z sometimes. I don't know.
So in Canada, okay, so throw this out. So soda. I mean, I know you have the Cokes and Pepsi, all that stuff. Do you have like a Canadian soda that is like famous for your country?
I don't think so. I think we just have what you guys have.
Okay.
But not everything. Like, I guess. Do you guys have grape pop? I'm sure you do. Grape soda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I didn't
generic
know.
brands though. Grape pop. We have cherry pop.
Yeah. We've got the usual Sprite, 7-Up, Coke, Pepsi, root beer, Dr. Pepper. Do you guys have Dr. Pepper?
Oh, that's the best. Heck yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Dr. Pepper's one of our big sponsors for like college football. Like they
Oh,
throw
okay.
big time money there. And then Mountain Dew, of course, if you're in the
Mountain Dew.
country, people love Mountain Dew. And then we have one, it's called Cherokee Red. Can't make this up.
Oh.
Yeah. It's red soda with an Indian on it. Yeah.
That would absolutely not fly in Canada.
It doesn't fly in many areas. Like in Pittsburgh, yeah, we still have Cherokee Red. It is.
Okay, interesting.
But I got cans in my fridge right now. It's actually a red soda. It's very good, like with Crown Royal, which is Canadian whiskey, which I'm going to tell you, Americans love your Crown Royal.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Oh, everybody loves Crown Royal and your maple syrup. It's got to be Canadian maple syrup.
Right, fresh tapped, right from the tree.
Everything else is garbage, like the log cabin stuff. If it's all artificially made, we don't want that stuff. But natural maple syrup, and it has to have the Canadian flag on it when we go to stores.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, we just kind of take that for granted here. Although it's not cheap here. Like I buy that because I tried to stay away from sort of the fake stuff, but it's in a nice glass bottle. It's only about this big. It's a thinner container, right? And it's like 10, 11, 12 bucks.
I know you can crush that with your kids in one breakfast, really.
Yeah, no, it's like the movie Elf where we just drink it. No, to be honest, I'm not a huge maple fan. Like it's okay. Like I'll use maple syrup, but anything else mapley, no. I'll use maple syrup, I guess, to sweeten things instead of regular sugar. But yeah, I'm not a huge maple syrup fan. I'm like, it's treason. Okay. High treason in Canada.
Okay, so another one I can throw out at you. Canadian bacon. Is that like a legit thing, or is that like something that Americans are just slang with?
Yeah, back bacon. When I grew up in Ontario, so that's not far from you. Back bacon was totally common. It's cheap. It's called peameal bacon. Peameal has like a cornmeal kind of around it. It's like a chunk like this, like almost like a little roast, and it is so good. It's almost like a ham, like a drier ham. You know how ham's kind of wet?
Yeah.
But when you like make a ham roast, it's more stringy, almost like meat is. Stringy sounds like a terrible description of meat, but yeah, it's very, very good. So my mom just got back from Ontario last week, and she actually brought some back bacon in her carry-on, as she does every time she comes home from Ontario, because we don't really get it here.
Bacon, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Because what? It's the back part of the
well, I guess so.
I mean, is that what they call it?
Pig booty, I don't know.
Pig booty. There we go. Canadian pig booty, that's what I want.
I assume it comes from the back. That makes sense. But it's very good. If you can get your hands on some back bacon, please do.
What's funny is I'm gonna have to take pictures, because when we go to Walmart in the States, they have Canadian bacon, but I don't think it's what you described. It's like,
yeah, send me a picture next time. Like, maybe I'm wrong.
It's like maybe thicker. It's like thicker slices, but it's not, and it says Canadian bacon, unless they're bullshitting us. I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe it just comes from Canadian pigs. Like that's why it's saying that Canadian bacon. But like I'm thinking back bacon is the stuff that I just described. So who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the worst Canadian to ever talk about
back bacon. I'm like, I'll go to stores like, hey, you got any back bacon from Canada? They're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
I want to try it. It sounds good.
Yeah. Where I'm from, we're known for our beef. So we're like the Texas of Canada. And so our beef is very, very good here. Yeah. Anyway, back to Canada Day. I have a couple more points and then we can change topics here. So when Europeans explored Canada, they found that all the regions were occupied by native peoples, of course. They called them Indians because the first explorers thought that they had reached the East Indies. Of course, we know that that was incorrect. John Cabot is the first to draw a map of Canada, and that dates back to an exploration he did in 1497. So it's interesting that it didn't even become a country until 1867, 400 years later. Between 1534 and 1542, Jacques Cartier, I have a funny story about that after, made 3 voyages across the Atlantic, trying to claim land for the King of France. That's King Francis. He heard 2 captured guides speak Iroquois, which is a type of like native Indian. The word Kanata, with a K, meaning village. And so by the 1550s, Canada started to appear on a map, even though it wasn't officially a country.
Oh,
so
stuff.
yeah, I said to my kid, again, she's going to 9th grade, I said, do you know Jacques Cartier? Because she does social studies, right? I figured she would know history. And she's like, isn't that designer who makes perfume? I said, Jean-Paul Gaultier? No, that's not it. I said, you need to go back to school, my friend.
Hey, as long as you know the fashion designers, you're good to go. You get a job anywhere, right?
Like, she's 13. What does she know about Jean-Paul Gaultier? But anyway, whatever.
It's at YouTube, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's at TikTok and it's at YouTube. Tells her that she needs designer products, but nobody can afford that, especially not me.
Oh, that's great. Well, cheers to Canada. Hope you guys do good in the Summer Olympics coming up. I don't know how many athletes you'll have because you're like a big winter sport.
We're more of a winter Olympics kind of person, but we have track and field, which we're very excited about. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do lots of episodes on the Olympics when they come up. You are doing an episode or a segment here on what facts about airlines.
Yes, we're going to jump into that. I mean, this is like, well, I just experienced it, Becky, as you probably can know, 48 hours in the airport at LaGuardia. So with Spirit Airlines, never fly them again. And I just got to give a shout out.
I've flown Spirit Airlines because it costs $27 to get from San Diego to Las Vegas. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, but it's not worth the trip. It's like, but here's the reason why everything's going in chaos. I did some research on this. So basically what it comes down to, there are 3,000 air traffic controllers short. So that makes sense in the air. So they can't put all these planes in the air at one time when they don't have, have a shortage on that. Mechanics. If you need a job, airline mechanics, they can't find enough people. So if
there's a huge strike right now, WestJet, which is Canadian, their mechanics are on strike, like some 600 of them. So WestJet has been canceling flights like crazy. I booked a flight the other day and we were going to go WestJet and we're like, no, we're not going WestJet.
It's insane now. And then you think of it, the last one's pilots. I mean, pilots are, during COVID, they just said, I'm out of here. And not many people want to get in that profession, which is good pay. I mean,
there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure in that. So you put all three of them together and then all the other cluster stuff. This is why airlines have delays, cancellations. So here's what they're doing, Beck. You get a plane, it goes like 5 different cities in one day, some of them. So if it's delayed in Chicago, like mine was, then it's going to get delayed in Pittsburgh, New York. So once you have bad weather in one city, you're done, and it's probably going to get delayed. So that's what they're doing because they can't have all the planes run because they don't have enough staff. They didn't have enough flight attendants, they said, at some of the planes when I was at the airport. They're like, we're waiting for people to come in, fly in to like another flight attendant from another plane and jump on another plane. Is that crazy? Like to fill a group? Yeah, it's like, and people's looking for jobs. So if anybody's airlines is hiring, they just need people. If you show up, you get a job pretty much.
Well, and it's not even a lot of schooling to be a flight attendant, is it? Like
it's about, I think, 3 weeks, no degree. But and you get the perks. If you're younger, you get the perks to fly anywhere you want.
Free flights, And gone are the days where you have to be a smoking hot, skinny, tiny little girl doing flight attendant, right?
No, not anymore.
You can be anybody and everybody.
You can be anybody. You can be anything you want to be. There's a lot of men actually flight attendants now.
Yeah, there is. Ron's next job, is that what you're going to do? I would hate to be in an airplane.
And the thing is, a flight attendant, I hate to say, but Ron probably knows this, and Mike, we used to call him stewardess. You don't say that word anymore. No, you say that stuff. They're like, no, I'm a flight attendant.
Yeah, that's right.
Level 2. I'm like, oh, level 2. What's that mean? That means you get on a microphone. Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
The girl coming back from Vegas was trying her hardest to be funny. And I was like,
just bad.
Please stop. I'm tired. I've been walking for 4 straight days in 100 whatever degree heat. Like, please shut up. Just don't.
It's pretty bad. And then when they come on with the credit card thing, I don't know, but every airlines, they try to sell their credit card with the miles.
Oh, yeah.
60,000. They do it like 4 times. Like you're trying to sleep and they keep coming through with the brochures, the old
I've never seen that. That must be American. Always all about consumerism in the States.
Spirit's bad about that because, Spirit, they charge you for water. So like if I'm choking, it's $5 before they, I can come back to life. Bathrooms, if you're going to bathroom, number 1's $3, number 2's $5. I'm just joking, but that's going to come to that. But it's like everything's expensive, and then you have to pay for your luggage too. So
that's like
at the end of the day, is it really a good deal? I mean, Ron's got the Spirit up there. I'm getting flashbacks now of the nightmare I've had. But I tell people all the time, and we're going to talk about this because besides the late arrivals and all this stuff, you ready for this? So you tell me, what do you think the top airline is in the United States?
Delta?
Mm-mm. Pretty close.
Oh,
you got it. You a little bit.
Air American Airlines. Those are the only ones I know.
Alaska Airlines.
Oh, what? Really?
Alaska Airlines got the highest rating. Delta was second, and United was third.
Oh, United. Okay.
Yep. And then the worst ones: Frontier, Spirit, and Allegiant. All three cheap ones.
Two of those for sure.
Oh, they're just delayed all the time. So here's what happens: you save $50, but then you're stuck in an airport for a day and a half. So is it worth it?
No, not really.
It's not worth it. And here's the refund policy. People don't know this, and everybody I talk to, all my friends, like, are they going to pay for your hotel room? My friends, they don't do that anymore. They don't pay for any hotel room. Here's what they do: they cancel the flight. Okay, they rebook you on another flight, usually the next day, shitty hours, or they give your money back, and then you got to scramble to another airlines, which all airlines on demand. I seen there was 2 flights to Pittsburgh, $600 and $1,100 for one way. Well, if you want to get home, because it's on demand and it's like the last minute. So, or you sit the next day. So they got you. You know,
what
it's
a
like
scam.
It is. The airline scam is there, and people don't know that. They think everybody says, "Oh, tell them you want a hotel room." They're like, they laugh at you, like, really? And they do this at 8 o'clock at night. So 8 o'clock at night, there was 30 cancellations at my airport in LaGuardia. All the hotels are taken. What do you do at 8 o'clock at night? Sleep on the floor? What else you got? There's nothing else. What do? You sleep in your chair.
That's a nightmare. No,
it is a nightmare. And then you got the same people get up, and then we had a little restaurant there. So you eat pizza 2 times in a row. How many beers do you drink before you go to bed, and water? And it's just like,
and are your airports like mine where everything is so expensive? Like a beer is like $14.
Yeah. Well, Pittsburgh's not too bad. Like bottled water, like a GNC and stuff. If you get it before, you jump on the plane, it's like 99 cents or $1. But everything,
really?
Yeah. If you go to GNC's, they have like the to-go water bottles for 99 cents. So if
GNC, is that what it's called?
GNC, General Nutrition Centers. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. We have GNCs as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you see them in an airport, run in there and grab a couple bottles.
Oh, I've never seen them in an airport.
Yeah.
They're
cheap, but everything else back is expensive. My beer yesterday was like, I think 13, and my pizza was 19. So, but it was only a personal pan pizza.
Like you're at a festival.
It's expensive. They got you. Everything.
Well, what else are you going to do? It's not like,
and everything's QR code too now. So they do this, they do the QR code, and then they want you to give them the tip before you even get your food, so they can see if it's a shitty tip, then your service might be crappy.
You're getting
everything's QR codes. Yep. And it's kind of funny because when you go to airports, half these people, I'm beside these older people, I have to help them with the QR code because they're trying to scan it. They just want a menu, but that's thing in the past.
That's terrible. Tip culture is out of control. I didn't find it so bad in Vegas, but in Canada, it's horrible.
Don't even go with the tip culture. I go to McDonald's and they want a tip.
I don't liquor stores here.
It's like,
what did you do to deserve a tip? Or if I'm going up to the counter, why do I have to tip you?
Just to say hi, you get a tip.
I know, it's rude.
It's insane. It's like at everywhere. And they look at you too, because it's automatic on the board, 15, 20, like, you just click the button. They make it so easy. And then it's something else we do in the States. Like if you go to Walmart, would you like to round your receipt off and they give it to charity?
Yeah. Here's an idea, Walmart. You have more money than anyone.
But guess what that charity goes for? That 30 cents I give, I don't write that off at the end of the year, but they can write that off to charity. So basically we're giving money for them to have write-offs.
Of course. I don't. Not even to cancer research. As someone who just went through cancer, I do not donate because I don't think it's going where it needs to go.
You know what? My mom just, she's a cancer survivor too, from leukemia, blood cancer. And at the end of the day, we very selective on who, because there's some, I'm not going to mention names, but they have like racists and stuff here. And 90% of it goes to administration fees. So that means making CEOs are making 6 figures, and the stuff that's actually going to help out everything else is not.
I'm actually doing a race only because it's like a big mud one with inflatables, and my friends and I wanted to do it because we thought it was fun. And then I found out after that it was in support of breast cancer, but we just thought it'd be fun to do it and get muddy and climb an obstacle course.
It sounds like it's a blast.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll do a show from there.
There you go. Hey, get one of them cams. What's them? The webcams, the Go cams.
Oh, like a GoPro.
In the mud. You're like GoPro. Yeah. You put it on top of your head.
Just constantly like cleaning the screen off of it.
Oh, that's funny. And the last thing about airlines, that's why, any thunderstorms and stuff like that, Hurricanes, of course, but blizzards, they're not going to fly. So they don't want the responsibility. Boeing is still in some kind of lawsuit now. I don't know if you know that. Boeing Airlines, their planes are having some trouble, the engines and everything else, the structure on them. Yeah, so
great.
I mean, it's a chaotic time, but if you're going to fly and it's canceled, you're just going to have to wait. So that's the bottom line. You know, there's no, but you can take that insurance out, but that doesn't cover much. I mean, all that covers is you get your money back, but by the law, you have to get your money back within 24 hours. If you're going to cancel it, they have to give you a refund. They can't just say you got to go to another flight. You have that option to get a refund.
Or get a credit. They like to do that. You can get a credit to another
flight.
They
said I need to be somewhere. I'm like, I'm never coming here again. Everybody else was like cheering on the plane. Like, we're not coming back to y'all. Come on. And you know what's funny is after the cancellation, you think they would give us like a courtesy bottle of water? They're charging all the time. The kid beside me was drunk, young college kid, and he had 2 margaritas, $18 for a canned margarita, margarita. And popcorn, little bag of popcorn, that little bazooka bag or whatever it is. It was like $11. I mean, he had like $55 tied up in like 2 little margarita cans.
That's rude. That is terrible. I will say though, when I flew from San Diego to Vegas last year, I had a flight attendant, like I was sitting in the emergency row. So she was facing me. So it's like, you have to talk to each other. Otherwise it's awkward. And the flight attendant, I can't remember her name, Denise, maybe. She was so awesome. She was like sneaking like stuff to me. Like she gave me water. She's like, "You want water?" And I'm like, yeah, I do. Cause I didn't know that it was free or not free. She's like, "You want water?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." She's like, "Shh, don't tell anyone." I'm like, "Oh, you're so sweet."
And if you guys do not get the owl, because that stinks, because if your leg's out there and that cart's coming, you're sleeping, it's hitting your knees and everything. The window is probably the best one because you can lean against it, and just chill.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle too one time on one of the flights on New York, and it's miserable because if
that's bigger, a small seat.
They're carrying, so their legs are rubbing against yours, and it's like, oh, it's a disaster. And these flights,
no, go on.
These seats are horrible anymore.
Yeah.
I think they're getting smaller and smaller. They're not like seriously, if you got a bigger person, I mean, that seat's not fitting them. They're over on your side. I mean, seriously, I couldn't get my seatbart one time. I was like, "Hey, bro, can you lift up your leg?"
Ooh.
And this is a 5-hour flight, Becky. So what do you do? I mean, not discriminate, but what do you do? I mean, you're squishing like a sardine on both sides.
That sounds terrible. I saw this Twitter post and it was like, I was on a Spirit flight and someone was having a medical emergency and they yelled out, "Is there a doctor on flight?" And someone yelled back, "This is Spirit Airlines. There's no doctors on flight."
Well, Spirit Airlines, they have first class, 2 seats in the front. That's it, too.
Yeah.
It's not even first class. It's like 2 seats. It's the same leather. And the funny thing, I should took a picture, but the leather on the back, it was that fake leather. It had staples on it. And you know how you have the pocket with the magazines?
Yeah.
It was bungee cords, 2 bungee cords like this.
Oh, yes. I have definitely seen that.
I was like, yeah, it was.
Ron wants to know if you saw the duct tape on the wings.
Oh, duct tape. They had duct tape inside, too. There's duct tape everywhere. It's an experience. All I can say at the end of the day, we know the facts. The 3 cheaper airlines, you're going to get what you get. It's what you pay for. It's bottom line. If you want to pay a premium, you're probably going to get better service.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Well, that will take us into my next topic, which is notable Canadians. And so I just put a big list of Canadians who maybe you knew that they were from Canada, maybe you didn't. And I broke it down into music, Hollywood, and athletes. I didn't go into, achievements and scientists and humanitarians or anything like that, because I figured I'm going to go with people that everyone knows. So for music, and I'm going to just blow through them because we have been chatty this morning. For music, Shania Twain, Justin Bieber, Sum 41. Do you know Sum 41? It's quite a big band here. Yeah. Nelly Furtado, Rush, Avril Lavigne, Neil Young, Deadmau5, Bare Naked Ladies, Drake, Celine Dion, Bryan Adams, who you mentioned to me earlier, Loverboy, The Guess Who, The Weeknd, Alanis Morissette, Shawn Mendes, The Tragically Hip. I could go on. Nickelback.
And Nickelback. I was going to say that because I just seen their documentary. Yeah.
Everyone here hates Nickelback. They're from my
Everybody hates
province.
Nickelback across the world because did you watch the documentary on Netflix?
No, I did.
Watch
No,
it.
but American Netflix
Nickelback
is
has
different
so
than
much
Canadian Netflix.
airplay.
I'll have to see.
You gotta love. I don't know where they're from, and I mean, I'm sure you know.
They're from where I'm from. They're about 4 hours away from here.
They really paid their roots to get where they're at, and then guess what happened? They got so much big airplay that everybody started hating them. Yeah,
I don't know why. I actually really like Nickelback. I have no problem with them. My husband
the rock
hates
star
them.
song. Who wants to be a rock star? Love that
I mean,
song.
that song sucks, but
Oh shit.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking that you thought that one sucked as well.
No,
I don't.
Everybody's on speed dial. Yeah, it's so true about Hollywood.
Everybody's got a drug dealer on speed dial. Yeah, that's right.
It's so true because that's how like celebrities are. I mean,
well, he hit the nail on the head for sure. It's probably because I've heard the song 80 bazillion times that maybe I don't love it.
And that's probably why people hate Nickelback, because in the 2000s they were played like every other song.
They were huge, but I mean, like at the time when they came out, Alberta, where I'm from, that's our province. We didn't have a huge thing like that. Like we didn't have anyone huge coming out of Alberta. Everyone comes out of Ontario, maybe British Columbia, nothing out of Alberta. So, I mean, it was huge at the time. And I do think that they were quite popular then, but maybe that's why that they were just so hyped up because of, their small town status. They're from this tiny little town called, I think it's Hannah, the one that they're from, Hannah, Alberta. Just a tiny little rural town. I don't know. I like them.
I love them.
Nickelback.
Yeah, definitely check out the Netflix documentary. I think
I will. I may have to YouTube
you really will respect it afterwards, and you see the haters because it's like, come on, man, it's not their fault that every radio plays it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like them. Okay, so for Hollywood, some pretty huge stars have come out of Canada. Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds, Pamela Anderson, Matthew Perry, poor Matthew Perry. Kim Cattrall, she's from Sex and the City. Jim Carrey, that one's huge. William Shatner, Captain Kirk there. James Cameron, the director. I had no idea when I was looking up this list. I had no idea. My husband's like, yeah, of course he's from Canada. I'm like, sorry, I should have known. Rachel McAdams, Mike Myers, Seth Rogen, Kiefer Sutherland, Michael J. Fox, who's from Edmonton. Lorne Michaels, the guy who created SNL. Keanu Reeves, Evangelina Lilly.
Wow.
Yeah, huge list. Athletes, Wayne Gretzky, Connor McDavid, Steve Nash, the basketball player, Donovan Bailey, he was a runner, Mario Lemieux, Terry Fox. I doubt. Are you guys familiar with Terry Fox down there?
Terry Fox. I don't know. No.
Oh, Ron's saying Canada was born in Beirut. Yes, I do believe that he is from the Middle East, but he grew up in Canada. So we will take him. We claim him.
Ron's fact checking everything now.
Come on, Ron.
Come on, Ron.
Storm cloud on our Canadian.
This. We're gonna put him on a stage. Hey, let's put Ron right on right now. Come on, Ron. Come on live.
You're gonna fact check everything. So Terry Fox was a guy in the 80s who had cancer, just a young guy, and he lost his leg, so he had a prosthetic leg, and he said that he was gonna run across Canada. And like Canada's massive. I don't know if you know this. Like Canada's massive.
Oh, big time.
And he got a pretty good distance. But then unfortunately he succumbed to his illness. And every year since, they do the Terry Fox run. So it's in schools in September, usually the end of September. And, some people will donate money to it. Like when my kids were little, we would have to send in money for the Terry Fox run. And then the kids would just go for like a 5-kilometer walk, or 3-mile walk. And yeah, Terry Fox is legendary. And I never thought anything of it. And then when I was sick, I saw a photo of him at the cancer center where I was going. And it actually made me tear up because I was like, dang, like I know how tired I am most days, can't even get off the couch. This guy's going to just run across Canada with one leg.
That is amazing. I love Canada. I was at Calgary last year to speak at a conference. It's beautiful. The mountains. Oh my goodness. Incredible.
Calgary is 3 hours south of me, and it's awesome. Calgary is actually way better than Edmonton.
It is. Okay, so one other one I'm going to mention out there, National Lampoon's Vacation. You've seen that Christmas special, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie. Isn't Eddie from Canada? The Shitter's Full?
Oh.
Yes, because I think he went to Canada, could come back to the United States for a while.
I don't know if he's from Canada. I think he was hiding there.
Oh, he was, okay. He's hiding in your country. Maybe that's it. We'll have to, hey, Ron, fact check that for us.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, someone just commented, "Hey, just followed you. How are you?" Oh, what do we got here? We got some Discord info. We'll talk after the show, Adrian. Thank you for your comments. The other person I was going to put on here for the athletes is Tim Horton. So I don't know if you know who that is. He's a hockey player.
I drink the coffee.
Okay, you do. I wasn't sure where it is now in the States, but Tim Hortons is our Dunkin' Donuts, and everyone knows it's a Timmy's. Everything is Timmy's here.
T. Hortons. I can see it actually from my house here. We have one here in West Virginia.
Oh, really? They have them in the States. Okay, that's cool.
We do. And you'll love this. So when I flew to Canada, I had a Tim Horton. I held it up, and I hashtagged Tim Hortons, and they shared it on their X.
Whoa, no
on
way.
their Twitter account. Yeah, it was famous for
an
about
American knows who we are. Ron says better than Dunkin'. So when I was in Vegas, I kept saying to my husband, we need to get Dunkin' because my cousin from South Carolina has come up a few times over the last year since I've been sick to, visit. And she wants to go to Timmy. She's from Canada, but she's been in the States for 20 years. And she goes to Tim's every morning. But she's like, oh, at Dunkin' you can get this and this and this and this. And I'm like, that sounds friggin' awesome. And then so we were down there and I'm like, we need to get to a Dunkin'. And did I? No, I didn't.
So time out. So Dunkin's not in Canada at all?
No. I mean, I'm going to look it up. I don't think I've never seen one, at least
our slogan is America runs on Dunkin'. That's pretty cool.
That's right. That's what I kept saying to my husband in Vegas. I'm like, I need Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, America runs on this. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Shark does if I'm out. I don't do Starbucks. Do you have Starbucks up there? I'm sure, right?
We do. Oh, yeah. We have a lot of Starbucks here. Yeah. It's okay. It's expensive. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, although since I've gone through cancer treatment, all I crave is iced coffee. I had one last night at 9 p.m. And so at 2 something this morning, I finally fell asleep.
If you get a chance, try nitro coffee. It looks like a draft. Nitro? Did you ever see them?
Yeah.
Try any of them nitro coffees. You'll love it.
Will I be like buzzing?
It gets you there, but no, they have the strong ones and they have the mild ones. But I mean, just like pouring a beer, but it's incredible. It's all coffee.
Oh, weird.
Out of tap system. It's out of a tap. That's kind of cool.
That is cool. Is it cold? It must be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to look up Dunkin' Canada. Oh,
we need to get one there.
We were unable to find a Dunkin' within your radius. I think Tim Hortons has completely monopolized the coffee market next to Starbucks. They allowed Starbucks to come in, but
Tim Hortons, I know they have the market share like at Sam's Club. We have the big bag at Sam's Club.
Yeah, we don't have Sam's Club, but we have Walmart. But, yeah. Anyway,
for another story of Walmart.
Exactly.
Walmart. I don't know if the people at Walmart's like your Walmart, like the Walmart's in the States.
Oh,
but the people at Walmart are like
Walmart in Georgia was the most interesting.
Like people that
it was exactly like people of Walmart.com when I went to Walmart.
I would say is spandex is legal at Walmart. Anything's legal when you at Walmart.
Yeah. It's not nearly as bad here.
Now Target's totally different. Do you guys have Target?
We did, and then it went out. It was only here for a couple of years, and then it was out of business.
I can't believe it. Wow, Target's pretty big down here.
I know. Everyone really liked it, but I don't know what the deal is. I'd have to look into why it came in. It went to the mall that I was telling you about, West Edmonton Mall, and it was only there for 2 years maybe, and then it was gone. I know. It's strange.
It is.
Anyways, we are getting close here. I may have to drop off Canadian pros and cons for another day, which is totally fine. But you tell me about your top places for pizza in New York City.
I'll go through this because we want to do respect to Canada. We want to get you in for some stuff. So I'll go through this. So pizza. I mean, look at this. This is the number one place for me. But
that pizza looks unbelievable.
Prince Street Pizza. I mean, it's a Sicilian-owned, family-owned for like 40 years. I mean, these are incredible here. There's Lombardi's Pizza, 1905. It was started. Wow. All their pizzas in New York, Becky, are like that oven. They're crunchy. It's none of that deep dish Chicago pizza. It's all light, less grease on it, and it's filling. Like you'll get a pizza that's only 10 inches long. 10 inches round. And seriously, it'll fill you up. Pierogi pizza. Mozzarella pizzas. The margarita pizza is a bomb. I had the pesto
like basil and
yes. Yeah. That's the actual one I had right then. I took the picture and sent to Ron.
That's your picture. Okay.
Yes. And it's called Pizza Secret. They're in Brooklyn. Got to give shout out to Brooklyn. This place is the bomb. The wine's excellent. The appetizers, we had fried zucchini. Oh my goodness. And the music was awesome. And then you have the Italian old gentleman is like in his 70s come out and greet you. How's everything? And he grabs your hand. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Love that shit. It's like, yes, this is the real deal. And I'll tell him from Pittsburgh and like, oh, your Pittsburgh pizza, it's greasy. And like, it's greasy. That's how he talked. I was like,
all pizza's greasy. Have they not?
It is.
But
these ones in the oven, Beck, when they're in the oven, I mean, they're just totally different. You know, they come out, they're crunchy, like I said.
Right.
And they're very light. They're not heavy. Here in Pittsburgh, I'm sure up your way, like if it's not a pizza town, it's just that cardboard, like Little Caesars, Domino's that, you have to eat it when it's warm because when it's cold, it's like to rip your teeth apart. But yeah, definitely there's a lot more. We can go through a bunch more. There's Emily's. It's called Detroit style pizza. And what Detroit style pizza is, I guess it's a little burnt on the crust side, and that's Detroit. Don't ask me, but that's what they were telling me when I went there. It's like Detroit, they burn their stuff more. And then somebody said, oh, because you burned the city down too. I was
going to say that.
Is that why? Jesus, where are we going down this hole? And
are we getting political here?
Yeah, but all joking aside, it's another great one. So all the pizza shops that I went to was like, I've been around for like 50 years.
I love that.
And
well,
it's like
they're legends at this point, right?
And the owner's son or grandkids, like they take it over, like they know how, and they're spinning it like the dough on the finger. I mean,
Whoa.
and they're speaking Italian, so you can't understand what they're saying. They're probably cussing me out, and I'm laughing at them. It's kind of cool, but it's a great experience. So if you go to New York City, the pizza's the best, but Pizza Secret, I'm going to tell you, right there, and just look at the place. It's pretty awesome, And in the summertime, all them windows and doors, they kick that off, and it's all open.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So,
and what's the name of that yellow one? Sorry, I forgot.
Pizza Secret.
Pizza Secret. Oh, Ron, say, how is it a secret if it's bright yellow? It's a huge bright yellow building.
Come on, Ron. It's black and gold for distillers. That's why I went there. But I want to run through that real quick because I know we want to get back to your Canadian stuff. But yeah,
I made a list of pros and cons of being a Canadian or living in Canada. I think today I'm just going to do the pros. And then I'm going to save the cons for my next show. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
The cons list is a long list. So I'm just joking. So, okay. So our big thing that everyone knows us for is our free healthcare here in Canada. And
free healthcare.
Yeah, it's free.
Socialism. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah. We love socialism in Canada.
So everybody gets free. So can you explain a little bit about that real quick? I know we have a little bit of time.
If I have a baby, I go to the hospital and then I come home. It's fine. There's no bill. No, like our employer doesn't need to contribute or anything. What our employer contributes to is it's called benefits. So it's like your insurance. So, that's your things like your prescription medications, your ambulance rides, your chiropractor appointments, things like that. But yeah, otherwise healthcare is free. Now, that being said, there's a little asterisk there. There's a big drain on the system because it's free. Nothing is done fast. So they blew me through cancer treatment probably because of the type and how aggressive the one I had was. But I know a lot of people with cancer who are like, okay, well, in 5 months I can get you in to discuss it or to whatever. Like my kid has an MRI booked. She's not getting in until October. We just booked it last week. And I was thinking, man, that was so quick. But like June to October is not like what's happening to the injury in the meantime. You wait forever. I was booking a surgery a few years ago. It was an elective surgery, but it wasn't like cosmetic or anything. And I waited almost 2 years for it. Probably because COVID hit. Maybe it was longer than 2 years, but yeah, it was a long time for me to get in.
Don't feel bad. The states are the same way. I messed my hand up. It was 8 weeks to see a hand doctor. Other like dermatologists, 3 months out. But we have to pay the bill too. So
yeah,
it's expensive. Like healthcare is like 70% of your salary.
Insanely expensive.
It's like you can't afford it.
Yeah, no, and nobody should have to pay for that, in my opinion. There's a lot of things that I think Canada does wrong, but I think free healthcare, like that's a human right to have access to healthcare.
Yeah.
Right. How many people are not going because they don't have insurance or they can't afford insurance. So yeah, we've got free healthcare. If I break my arm, I go to the hospital, I come home, like there's no bill or anything like that. There are some stipulations, like you can go do private, right? Like if you're thinking like, I'm not going to wait a year to get an MRI, you can pay and you pay handsomely for it. One of my chemo medications was not covered. They said, if you can get it, do it. Like if your insurance will cover it, then do it. If not, then we'll just leave that protocol out. So luckily they did, because it was $28,000. And then I had another one that was about $11,000. And so my benefits covered 80% of it. And then the cancer center covered the other 20%. So again, I didn't have to pay a dime for it. So man, yeah, that's healthcare. Prescriptions you do have to pay for, but your insurance would cover. Well, if you have coverage for it, they would cover a good chunk of it. Dental is another one that it doesn't cover. Dental is very expensive, but your insurance will cover parts of it. So yeah, that's definitely what we're most known for, is our free healthcare. Another pro is the lots of space. We do not have the population that the states do, and we're about double the size. So California has the same population as Canada. So if you figure our huge country, all shoved into a state. I mean, California is a big state, but it's not 30 million people big.
Not like New York top each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like you guys are 300 million, are you not, in the States, roughly?
Yeah.
10% bigger than we are in probably half the land mass as ours. So we've got a high quality of life, apparently. Again, who's writing this down? I don't know. Because we have a lot of access to social support systems designed to make life easier and more comfortable. I'll just keep my mouth shut on that one. Canada consistently ranks in the top 5 for best countries to live, and that's based on things like safety, political and economic stability, income equality, education, public health. I'm thinking that this is maybe an older list, because those things are a little bit wild these last couple of years.
Yeah, the political stuff we won't talk about, but I hear.
Oh my gosh, I wish we could.
That's what I have to say. What's his name? Is it Trudeau? Is that his name?
Yeah, Trudeau. Like, you know what they have on sign, like people will put on their vehicles. Like, I'm from a very industrial place, right? There's a lot of blue collar workers here, and Trudeau hates industry. I guess he hates anything that I could be deemed a carbon footprint. Anyway, there's people who have their big trucks with an F Trudeau, like it'll say the whole word on the back, Trudeau, or like this Trudeau, like giving the middle finger, Trudeau. And that's just like very commonplace here to have things that say F Trudeau.
Well, trust me, you know what the States is like. I don't have to say another word.
Let's go, Brandon.
We have 2 Trudeaus. Yeah, down here. You think that's the F? They got fights. Everything goes on. So we have more chaos than you when it comes to politics, and we'll leave it at that.
We have 10 times more
every day, right now.
So. Yes. Hilarious. Okay, so we are considered one of the higher educated countries in the world. I don't know why. Maybe our schooling system is a little different. I know that we do learn not just, Canadian history. We learn about lots of history from different countries and stuff. The landscape is so beautiful here. Like you said, you were in Calgary. Alberta is so beautiful with the mountains. British Columbia is amazing. Up north is amazing. So yeah, if you look up anywhere, like I'm close to Jasper, Alberta, and Banff, Alberta, and those places. Like Banff is what you would have seen from Calgary. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous there. Canada learns from the U.S. mistakes. This is true. That's what I'm telling you. They're like the little sibling of the States. They see what America has done wrong, and we try to make better choices. The people are friendly. And I'm going to put that in air quotes. People are friendly. They're friendly to your face for sure.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if people are necessarily friendlier, but we're less confrontational. So, and that's not to say everybody.
We're like in certain pockets, like if you're in the South, they're more friendlier and laid back. But like if you're in the city and you don't agree with them, they're just going to give you like that Facebook garbage in the face. That's how it is. It's like, it's a state and age we're in now. It's like, yeah.
There are definitely people who are going to do that here, but generally speaking, like I've never been in a fight. I very rarely have confrontations with people. The odd time, like I can count on one hand, maybe the times in public that people have been rude to me. So quite a bit friendlier of a place. We have fairly low crime rates as far as violent crimes go. Again, not to say it doesn't happen. Some say that's attributed to our gun control. I don't know if I agree with that. We have northern lights here, which we can see actually a lot more lately. where I am, but certainly the more north you go, the more you can see the aurora borealis. They are absolutely beautiful. Our maternity leave here, so parents, and it's not just maternity, we have paternity leave as well if you want to switch that out, but you're entitled to 12 months of maternity leave when you have a baby, and then you can extend it to 18 months.
What? I think it's 6 months in the States.
No, I think it's 6 weeks in the States or 3 months in the States. It's very low. Very, very low.
Wow, you guys, that's awesome.
Yeah, so you do have to meet certain stipulations. So I think when I went on maternity leave, I had to have worked 600 hours in the past year or 10 months or something, or 6 months, something like that, to qualify. And then you get 40% of your income, which is hard to live off of, to be honest, but you get to be home with your baby for a year. So, and then once you hit the 12 to 18 months, you are on a lower cut as well. But that's a fairly new thing, being home for 18 months. So I know lots of people who take that.
Wow, what a perk.
Yeah, Canada consistently sees 4 seasons. It's not like hot all year long, cold all year long. We have 4 very defined seasons, at least where I am. There's a lot of diversity there. Like, there's many races here because it's kind of they used to call it like a melting pot. We don't wear shoes in the house. That's like, I put that on my pro list because I think it's so weird that Americans wear shoes in your house.
No, we don't at my parents' house. They always taught us take them off or ask the guest you're in. You don't walk around with dirty ass shoes on.
It's so weird. Like, you got your shoes on your couch.
You know how much germs is on that stuff? Oh,
right. I know. And the last thing I put is you don't pay taxes on your winnings. So I know you were talking before the show.
Oh my.
You pay taxes on gold medals or medals. If you were to win the Powerball, you're losing half of it to taxes. No, we don't have that here.
All right, I'm coming to Canada to live because if I win the lotto, they take what, 80%?
Insane. Well, just wait for the cons list because Canada seems okay from a distance, but we can get into it.
From a distance, I want to be there.
There is harmony. That's my singing voice for you this morning.
I think we're out of here, Beck, almost.
We are out of time. I know we went long today, but that's okay. This is a great show. I'm hoping that you guys learned a lot about Canada today. Happy 157th anniversary to Canada.
Oh, Canada. Love you.
It was great to do a show with you finally. It's been...
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. We'll have to do another one.
Yeah.
We might have to do 2-hour show sometime, me, you, and Mike.
No doubt. Well, again, everybody follow us on our social media, Patreon, RA Broadcasting, and on YouTube and Facebook at Rhode Island Broadcasting, I think, now that it's gone. Oh, yeah, Rhode Island Broadcasting. So follow us there, like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow or Thursday for another show.
That's right. Put a smile on your face. Enjoy your day, friends.
Bye, everyone.